This Otis training video was designed to teach you how to use explicit timing as outlined in the Otis Math Intervention packet. Explicit timing is a set of procedures that can be used with either an individual student or a group of students who need to increase the speed with which they complete basic math fact problems. This procedure has been shown to work with the student who completes math facts accurately but slowly. For example, a student who accurately completes over 90% of the problems but scores under the desired 40 digits correct per minute. Explicit timing procedures were designed to increase practice rates and consequently speed of responding to basic fact problems. To use explicit timing, simply provide the student with a worksheet and tell him or her that they have a set amount of time, for example 2 minutes, to complete as many problems as they can. Explicit timing works best when it is paired with performance feedback, which can include self-graphing and reward. Although explicit timing will primarily be used in elementary grades, older students with fluency deficiencies in basic fact skills can also benefit from this intervention. In the Otis Math Intervention packet, you'll find a basic overview of explicit timing. The packet provides an overview of the explicit timing procedures and protocols for both student training and treatment integrity. The goal of this video is to provide a description and demonstration of the explicit timing procedure. Prior to using explicit timing, you should have used the math fact specified level procedures to determine which operation the student should be working on. Once a target operation has been determined, you will need the following materials: the explicit timing worksheet containing problems matched to the student's instructional level, the explicit timing treatment integrity protocol, stopwatch, pencil, graph, and rewards. Procedures. Document date, start time, and end time. This is useful when investigating student response to intervention. You can answer how often and consistently the explicit timing intervention was done and how many instructional minutes were spent with the student engaged in the procedure. Pass out the explicit timing worksheet to the student. Give the instructional level explicit timing worksheet to the student and have them write their name at the top of the paper. If using performance feedback and/or rewards, provide the student with a target score to beat, instruct them to see if they can beat the score, and if using rewards, tell them the reward they will be working for. Read explicit timing directions to the student. Read the following directions. Today we are going to complete math worksheets using explicit timing. With explicit timing, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to complete as many problems as you can. Your first goal is to complete each problem correctly and to not skip around. In addition, push yourself to work as quickly as possible. Ready, begin. Explicitly time practice session and monitor student performance. Start the stopwatch, and as the student completes the worksheet, encourage him or her to work as fast as possible without making mistakes. Stop the student after time has elapsed and either conduct an additional timing or collect and score the worksheet. If using self-graphing procedures, perform next step. Graph performance. To assist the student with self-graphing, say to the student, "Good job, now let's graph your score." Tell the student their score and provide graphing assistance as necessary. Once graphing is complete, say to the student, "Now let's see if you beat your score from the last time we met. Today you scored blank digits correct, and last time you scored blank digits correct." Provide feedback to the student based on their performance. If their performance exceeded that of their previous performance, tell them "Good job." And if rewards are being incorporated into the intervention, deliver them at this time. If performance did not exceed the previous day's performance, provide praise for effort and remind the student that they will have an opportunity to beat their score next time they practice their facts. As you can see, implementing the actual explicit timing intervention is very simple and does not take a lot of teacher time or effort. The teacher's primary role is to use the math fact specific level procedures to determine the student's instructional level, select the appropriate practice materials, and then to train the student to use the explicit timing procedures. After the student has mastered the procedures, the teacher is simply responsible for having the student complete a worksheet every day. Time the practice session and provide feedback and encouragement on student performance. Thank you for your time and effort.
We are meeting so we can work to improve your math skills. Here is your explicit timing worksheet. I want you to complete as many problems as you can. Your first goal is to complete each problem correctly and not to skip around. Push yourself to work as quickly as possible. As you practice, you should see your score goes up. To chart your performance, you will be given a graph at each day before your math practice. You will put your last score on the graph. Yesterday was 15 digits correct per minute. Go ahead and mark it on the graph. If you are able to beat your score today, you can choose a reward from the prize box. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Ready, begin. Great job. You worked really hard the entire time, and I saw you were working as quickly as possible while still getting all the problems correct. I have totaled the digits correct per minute, and you beat your score from your previous session. Last session, you scored 15 digits correct per minute, and today you scored 17 correct per minute. Go ahead and mark it on the graph. Draw a line to show your growth from last session. Great job today, Eli. You beat your score. Choose a prize from the reward box. Ooh, what are you gonna get? Good choice.
That was an example of a student completing an explicit timing worksheet. This script is generally successful for a majority of students and can also be altered to be used with a group of students. When using with the group, remember to use instructional level materials for each student. This will result in students working on different skills during the same practice session. Also, after you have read the directions, cycle through the class and provide students with procedural feedback as needed and encourage students to do their best work.